Hey everyone, it's Eric here at Xobee. I wanted to take a moment to answer one of the most common cybersecurity questions I get from clients. Do I need a cybersecurity SIEM? A cybersecurity SIEM, spelled SIEM, stands for Security Information and Event Management. It's like a 24/7 alarm system for your company's network. It watches your servers, workstations, network, including your switches and firewall and user activity, and then it alerts us in real time if something suspicious is happening, whether that's a cyber attack, unusual login, or an internal risk like someone plugging in a laptop that doesn't belong. Now, most people say, I'm not big enough for anyone to care about my company's data or network. And who would want to send me a virus or ransomware my data? I'm just a small company. But really, it's not a matter of how much data you have. It's a matter of how important that data is to you. Because a hacker knows that if it can lock up your systems, you'll basically pay whatever it takes to get your data back or your systems back online, with or without cybersecurity insurance, which is typically called ransomware. In addition, it's not always about locking up your systems or stealing your data. Sometimes they just want to gain access to your email so they can send out fake emails to clients and attempt to have them route payments to their own bank accounts, as an example. Now, many of our clients already have solid security in place, like multi-factor authentication, backups, antivirus, firewalls, and phishing and security employee training. Now, with that, you're probably 80% protected, which is actually really high. But those tools don't necessarily show you or alert you if someone is actively trying to get into your network. In fact, it could be happening right now, as a matter of fact, and no one is aware without a cybersecurity SIEM in place. But without a cybersecurity SIEM, there's no real-time monitoring. There's no eyes watching your system around the clock. It's just when you add a SIEM, that protection jumps to almost 95%. Catching the most advanced or subtle threats your tools might miss. Here's a couple examples. We had a client recently that had an employee that was actually deleting data in their Microsoft SharePoint cloud system. We never found out why they were deleting the data because they quit soon after. But if a cybersecurity SIEM had been put in place, we would have been notified of mass file deletions going on in real time and could have stopped the user in their tracks. And as you'd imagine, the client now has a SIEM installed monitoring their systems, even though they only have 24 employees in their organization. About a year ago, we had a client that had all the security systems in place: backups, MFA, antivirus. They had a next generation firewall guarding their internet activity. They even had cybersecurity tools on their network. However, on a Friday afternoon, one of the employees clicked a fake Starbucks gift card email, which ultimately let a hacker pass by their cybersecurity tools and enter their system over the weekend. With the SIEM, that would have been detected nearly instantly, and the SIEM would have started shutting off that computer from the rest of the network until the vulnerability could be remediated. But in this case, the hacker spent the entire weekend going through the network, downloading data and files, and spreading the virus to other various systems, including hacking into the security camera system. With the SIEM, this would have been completely prevented. You may have heard recently even larger organizations like resorts in Las Vegas, hospitals, and other organizations that have been hit recently with attacks from hackers and threat actors. This is largely due to not having a SIEM in place. They have most of the security tools, but are lacking the one tool that pulls everything together. Now, granted, a SIEM for an organization like a resort or hospital can run millions of dollars a year. However, for small business networks, the price can be very cost effective and sometimes just a few $100s a month or so, depending on the number of employees. Over the last year or two, many cyber insurance carriers have started to require cybersecurity SIEMs for policy coverage, or at least offer significant discounts. This tool provides a lot of value. It's very affordable and oftentimes is required for insurance, grants, government contracts, or other audits that may take place within your organization. Now, I know cybersecurity can feel overwhelming, but that's why we're here, to educate you on what's out there, how you can protect your systems, and make sure you're making decisions that best align with the goals of your company. We can even set up a free 14-day trial of cybersecurity SIEM. Try before you buy and see for yourself the value it can bring. Cybersecurity doesn't have to be complicated or cost a lot of money. It just has to be smart. Thanks for listening and stay safe out there. If you have questions or would like to set up a call to go into more details, let us know. We're here to help.